Hi, I'm Maureen Tara Nelson, MTN Matchmaking, with my brother, Brian.
Yay! Fine.
Yay! Happy Friday, Facebook Live. Hope
Happy
everyone's
Friday.
having a great day. Sorry we're late. It is my fault. Today was the first day back at doing my radio show on K-Joy.
And when does that air?
Sunday morning. I believe it's 7 a.m. or 7:30, but oh my God, it was so exciting to be back at K-Joy. Ugh.
I bet it's fun. I forgot about that, and I'm like sitting here waiting at 2:30. Well, it's 1:30 my time. Sitting here waiting, and then you reminded me that you did.
I know.
I forgot how much work you have to do.
Yes.
I'm retired, so I just sit here and twiddle my thumbs all day long.
Yes. And the only time I get Brian's help is when Brian with a Y does, say, video games or is working, and then I call up Brian and say, please work with me, please. And then we have fun doing work through the FaceTime, and all of the clients now, I can't even tell you what happened when I thought I almost died. All of the clients now are addressing the emails to Brian and how much they love Brian. I can't tell you how annoying it is. I've been doing this 20 years. Brian's been doing it a month, and everybody loves Brian more than me.
My favorite part of the job is writing the bios for people.
They're so gay. They are gay.
I get to read about, what the people likes and what they don't like and what they're looking for. So I'm writing these flowery bios, and Maureen is changing them because she says they sound all too gay. I said, but that's me. That's my flair. I think you should just leave them and let the chips fall where they may, and see what happens. And all of a sudden, you'll see maybe there'll be an upturn in the responses. I don't know, but I think it's great.
It's funny because when I wrote that post answer back saying, oh my God, these are so gay, people don't realize our relationship, that I can say that and it's a funny thing. Whereas if someone doesn't know us, they might almost take offense.
Yes, there's no offense taken. And I read an article that Matt Damon now is under fire because he uses the F word. And the daughter wrote him a letter telling him not to use the F word because it's homophobic. But it's so ridiculous because.
Well, I agree with that. You should never use that word.
Yeah, but you don't know in what context he was using it in.
Oh.
If he can say something like I don't know. I just think that people are way too uptight about words and labels and things. Let it just go off your back. It doesn't matter. It doesn't impact me in the slightest.
Right. So afterwards, I hope if someone was reading that and just say if they're gay, just remember I have a brother that's gay and a son that's gay. So for me to tell my brother who's now working with me writing bios, and instead of saying, oh, the girl is hot, oh, the girl is sexy, he's writing them from a gay perspective. Like, when you look into her soulful eyes, it will make you want to walk into the sunset with her.
Leave the writing the bios to me, please.
Well, but my point is, so that's why I said, these bios are too gay. But again, it's said as a joke and in love. So with love. So if someone is gay out there, don't think I'm gay bashing. I have a brother and a son that's gay, and I'm very pro-gay. So
no, people shouldn't take it at that way.
Yeah, but you never know. So I wanted to say it just in case the maybe small percentage of people might have ever felt bad, because I would never, even though I bash people all the time for annoying me, I would never want to hurt anyone's feelings. So.
Yes, I wouldn't worry about it at all.
What a week. Oh my God, what a week, what a week, what a week.
Well,
Kevin is coming over to go swimming. And I said, oh, nope. I did the radio and I have Facebook Live, and then I could go swimming. So hopefully he'll be coming over shortly. Maybe we can get him on Facebook Live. So, and we have a lot of dating questions, I think, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of questions, a lot of them. And I am really interested in the different questions now that I've joined the team.
Hold on. White trash.
What are you talking about?
What the blank are you in that white trash backdrop of dog toys again? Where's the nice backdrop?
Because I was too tired of last 2 weeks. I was in the dining room and I was on my laptop, and it's too hard for me to go back and forth. In here, I have a setup.
A laptop? That's easy.
I have the questions to deal with. I have Facebook Live to deal with. I have this to deal with, and it was very hard for me to do it on a laptop. So now, come on, I cleaned it up. It's one box of toys behind me. Big deal. Oh, stop.
Can you work with me tonight, please?
Well, he's off for a week now. Now he's off for a week, and we're going away on Monday and Tuesday. Yes.
Another vacation. Anyone else, Brian would have said to me, fire her.
Yeah, but what was the criteria that I said before I started working? I said he's off a lot of times, and when he's off, I want to be off. So that's what I said, and now he's off, and I want to be off.
Wait, okay, so is he off tonight?
Yes, he's off. He's off now. He's off tonight all the way until next Friday.
Are you kidding me?
No, he's off for a full week. But there are times where he likes to go on the computer and do his own stuff, and it's right here, right next to me. And then I can work, and we'll see about tonight. I'm sure he'll want to go on the computer tonight.
Oh, good.
But we're still watching Dexter in preparation for the reboot that's happening in November. So
if I hear one more person say the word reboot, I am going to flip like I've never flipped. How could I go 49 years without hearing the word reboot, and in a matter of 2 weeks hear it 50 times?
That's what happens.
Oh, and so last week I was on our friends Steve Squared radio podcast at Governor's, and they did the usual, I love your brother Brian. Could he please come on our show next? And I'm like, no, he's in Texas. No. And they said, oh, no, we love him. It's okay. We'll Zoom him right in. He can do it right from Texas. It's fine. Can he please be on our show? And I'm like, oh, God.
I watched the show, and it was very good. It was very entertaining. But you exaggerate a little bit. They didn't quite say that. They said that, but not in your
flowery.
In your flower. I guess we both are flowery. Yeah, it was fun. I'm sure we could have zoomed in, but I really have nothing to offer. That was your gig, and you handled it great. You were great on the microphone and the cameras. I guess secondary. The camera is secondary,
but they do want you on their show.
They didn't say that. I heard what they said. They did not say those words.
What did they say?
We could have had him on. That was it. We could have, but we didn't. But anywho.
Oh, I was so afraid anywho was going to come out. I was so afraid. Okay.
Yeah, so we're going away Monday and Tuesday, gambling again.
1-800 Gambling Anonymous. Is that what it's called? 1-800 Gambling Anonymous. My brother Brian is gambling every single day that he's off. Does that mean that he has a problem? And can I put him in gambling rehab, please?
Are you done?
Yes.
It's not every day. We haven't gone in a month, and I'm trying to. No, it'll be fun.
I'm taking Jerry gambling for her birthday in 2 weeks. Did you know that?
Yes, you told me that. Yeah. Where are you taking her? Can you say? I guess you can say, right?
Well, since one of my stalkers appeared at the pool.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't say it then.
The other day, he has resurfaced. That was one of my annoyances.
All right,
that you were saying. Okay. So I'm taking my sister away gambling for her birthday for a weekend, which means I'm going to have to work till 3 a.m. this week and next week just to make up the time that I will be, enjoying my sister bonding.
Yeah, I'm sure I can work with you tonight, because the other night when we worked until almost midnight, it wasn't midnight for me, but it was almost midnight for you.
Yes.
It was like 11:45 your time.
Yes, we got a lot done.
Yes, but the fact that we have to rehash the entire, how much fun it was, it brings us past midnight. So now I forgot what I was talking about. I don't know.
What?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Stupid.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure I can work with you again tonight, because it was a lot of fun. Not last night, the night before.
Do you hear Brendan's music?
No.
He's I told him to set up the backyard because it is his year anniversary of not drinking or doing anything, which I'm super proud of him for. Thank you to Seafield out in West Hampton. They are amazing. Thank you to all the people at AA for helping my son be his best. Thank you to Thrive, where he volunteers on Friday nights. And thank you to Michael Charles, my great guy friend, who has helped Brendan tremendously. So I am giving him, as you know, Saturday night, I'm giving him his coin with my speech. You're not supposed to give a speech, but I'm giving a speech. And Sunday, I am giving him a party.
I want to be a fly on the wall, and I want to hear that speech.
Obviously, I won't cry, but it's almost bringing me back to the memory of Mom dying at the end. The end of the poem. And it was said, "And I carried you." Remember Footsteps?
Yeah, that was Jesus. That wasn't you.
Yeah. No, it was me saying the poem of Footsteps.
Right.
And first I was told I cannot do that because it's not an official reading in the Catholic Church. So that made me do it anyway.
That was their first mistake, to tell you that you can't do something.
Yes. So then, of course, I was doing it anyway, regardless. And then I promised myself I wouldn't cry, because Mom always said, "Don't cry for me when I die." I lived the happiest life that I could ever possibly imagine. Please don't cry. And I made it up to that last 3 words. And then for a full year, you made fun of me, remember? And reenacted how I cried the last 3 words.
Yeah. Aaliyah says, "Good afternoon. Listening. Welcome. Riding my motorcycle along the beach." How are you? Do we need to talk louder, Leah?
Yeah. How are you hearing us on a motorcycle? Wow, and on the sand? Or I hope it's a boardwalk or a road.
Oh, I hope it's not a boardwalk. Are you kidding? Imagine going for a stroll on the boardwalk And having to maneuver between a motorcycle?
Or on the sand, walking into the water and have a motorcycle poop. I have to get to the beach.
Face.
If I do not get to a beach one of these days, I am going to flip like I've never flipped. Last night, I just...
It's a 20-minute ride. Just get in the car and go.
With what time? I literally have had no time at all to do so at all. I can't even tell you the things that I have to do for this party on Sunday. I'm not going to bore anyone with all of them, but
you work them in somehow. You work them in.
I will. But I really can't wait.
But
I'm so proud of Brendan. He will be DJing at his own party. Jerry is coming and Kevin is coming from the family. I didn't invite my friends just because it's a dry party. No words needed.
That shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't be a problem. Isn't it
no comment.
It's an afternoon party, right?
No comment.
I think people should just come and it's a dry party. All right, no problem. I'll take a cranberry juice.
Right. So, but Brendan is out there, and I bought all these lights, a fire pit, blah, 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 blah. And so I asked him to set up everything. And then I realized, well, I should really be helping him set up. But again, with my back.
Yeah, you can't do that with your back. I pulled my back out last week, and it's killing me. So you can't do anything that's going to.
I know.
You know what you can do is swim, like swimming.
So I've been doing 30 laps. Today, I'm trying to figure out how many I should go up to. From 30, what should I go up to today?
35.
Well, it has to be even, because I have to get back to the other side.
God forbid you should get up out of the and walk.
What, around. And walk all the way around the pool?
Yeah, that might be a good incentive.
But really, you don't think that was annoying the other day? The guy standing there waiting for me to swim up to the end. And I wasn't going to pick my head up, but I could see he's in the lane standing there. So I look up and he said, "Can I share the lane with you?" in a creepy voice. And he was creepy. That's the third lane right there. Go in the third lane and swim a little bit more.
Do you wear a bathing cap?
Oh, God, no. It's bad enough I have to wear goggles.
Your big, long, flowing blonde hair is... Oh, no, my God, that is so annoying. That is so... Oh, my God, I can picture it now.
Brian thinks my hair is fake, and it's not at all. But I seriously do naturally wear my hair up, so it doesn't do this. But if you notice, the chlorine has my hair horrible different colors. And I can't even get my hair dyed knowing the chlorine. I'm in the pool every day. Even yesterday in the rain, Kevin and I swam.
When I belonged to LSA, I remember a lot of the girls, I guess, who dyed their hair, all would have green hair because of the chlorine. And that was like a what do you call a rite of passage or something, that they wanted to have the green hair.
I had that once on a Colgate Oral Pharmaceutical national sales meeting that I just got my hair dyed. And that night, me and a couple of my guy friends, we decided to study in the whirlpool. So I had my what?
I'm sure that's not what they wanted to do.
So we studied in...
Sometimes you're so naive.
Can I tell you? I have to admit, sometimes I am, which I'm shocked to admit it, but it's a good thing that there's always someone next to me that will say to me afterwards. But really fast, so I had my hair up that time at Colgate, and I just dipped my head back in the whirlpool. So then the next day, because it was a ponytail that only got wet. I had like a big green streak down there, and they taped our presentations with
and
green.
it's not even like a cool green, you know.
I know. It's like puke green.
Yeah, it's like
but so we have so many dating questions, and I so wish I could take a nap right now. The radio show is so exciting to go back to.
Yeah. Let's talk about the governor's thing again, because that was really good. Is it something where people could watch? Because it was really entertaining. It was funny.
Yeah, it's on.
Especially when you talked about me.
So Ryan put it on social media, and then they put it on their social media, and the two guys, Steve Square, they're so nice. So nice.
You didn't mention how my name is B squared.
I think I did.
No, I don't think you said that. You didn't say B squared.
But they were just so nice. And the one guy is a trainer. So once my back doctor gives me the green light on training, then he's going to come to my house and do the training here for me.
I think this might be a southern thing since I moved down to Texas. You know how, like, on Dallas, they refer to the house as South
Plantation?
Fork, something like South Fork or something. Like, all the houses had names, you know, like they named them something. So rather than saying, oh, I'm going home, they'll say, oh, I'm going to South, you know, they'll call it the name. So
like kind of how we say azalea.
Yeah, I guess so. But, you know, then what would your neighbor's house be called? My point is that each house, they pick a name for their house. And so our house is B squared. His sister's house, she has a name for it. His mother has a name for her house, I think. Oh, maybe not. But my point is that everyone has a name for their house. And, they say, oh, you're going to B squared's house, you know, tonight or something like that. So I like that. Anyway, all right, continue. I hate when my stories get really boring really fast. They're interesting in my head, but as it's coming out, I'm like, where am I going with this?
Or maybe you could tell by my reaction. Let me do my eye roll.
All right, well, that's my point, is that I must be a southern thing because I don't remember that.
No, because we all say, oh, it's at Azalea. Right? We all grew up with that.
Leah's saying her Bluetooth speaker is on the bike, so that's how she was able to hear. All right, so
questions. Dating questions. Okay. Dating questions.
Okay, all right.
I'm so tired. I just want an hour nap. If Kevin comes over and I say, can I have an hour nap, he will flip out.
What do you expect him to do for an hour while you sleep? He'll hover over you and say, you up yet? You up yet?
Yeah. You know what he said yesterday? We got to get that buzzer back for Brian. Where did that come from?
That was.
You want to tell the buzzer story?
That's an awful story. No, I don't like that story. Okay. It's bad memories. My father installed a buzzer for me because I slept upstairs. So in order for him not to, to wake me up for school, I don't know why.
You have to go upstairs to wake you up.
Yeah.
In order for him to wake you up.
So they would just turn this buzzer on and then walk away. So it would be constant.
Then Kevin and I, for fun, we would just walk past it and say, let's turn the buzzer on, Brian.
And flip it on and then walk away. It was awful. I don't know why they just didn't say, all right, if you don't wake up, it's your responsibility. They didn't teach me that responsibility.
Because you never would have woken up and you would have failed out of high school and been a total failure, and you wouldn't be able to retire right now.
I feel like that's what they should have done. They should have made me fail because everyone saved me. My entire life, people just saved me. And
So what's wrong with that? I'm
I
still
don't
being
know.
saved.
Right, that's true.
Kevin is just so great. So, I'm telling him about the parties coming. And he's like, oh, wait, you need ice? Okay, I'll get you ice. What about a cooler? Do you have a cooler to put the ice in? Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'll bring over the cooler. Okay, and what else do you want to put in the cooler? And I'm like,
first of all, that's not Kevin's voice. You're saying it way too fast.
oh, yeah. Yes. So picture what I said
Right.
in my mind that takes 10 seconds in a 5-minute conversation when I'm sitting there in my mind going like that, because I have no patience whatsoever. Yesterday was a very tough day. Did you ever get a text from me like you did last night?
No, you would.
Maybe once every 6 months. I disqualified 3 people yesterday, and it was very disturbing. The last guy was just controlling, total control freak.
That's one of the questions today, and my question to you is, what is your definition of a controlling person? Like, what do you just label somebody as controlling if you don't like the way they act?
Okay, so Maureen, before you start telling me about this, I'm interviewing you. Blah blah blah. No, you're not. We'll end this conversation right now if that's your mindset. So then, again, when you tell a controlling person they can't do something, they want to do it. So I made that mistake. I should have just hung up the phone. My intuition said his birthday was the same birthday as my ex-husband. There, I just said it. Same exact birthday. So I said, okay, well, I said to him, look, that could be a red flag. So I already picked up on the controlling nature. So I said, I'm going to give you a chance. And then everything I said, he would try to question. Shut the blank up. And I kept saying, you're this close. I will say disqualified if this happens again. And then he said, look, this is how I will do the program. And he went into all these different things. And I couldn't shut him up, like to say no. He wouldn't stop. So for like 10 minutes, I'm sitting there like this on the FaceTime, like doing the eye rolls, like thinking, all right, what am I going to wear tomorrow for the radio show? All these things. And then he finally says, at the end, okay, Maureen? I go, disqualified! And I couldn't help it. And he goes, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that to me. I said, I told you 3 times. You were this close. I gave you 3 chances. 3 chances, you're out. Seriously, he was one of the most controlling people I've ever interviewed. But I was mad at myself. I should have went with my intuition when I first noticed it in 5 minutes. I should have ended the interview like I normally do.
Yeah, but you're thinking
but I gave him a chance.
Yeah, maybe it could be wrong. Maybe it could.
Well, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. But it just was just too much. Disqualifying 3 people in one day. I said to Brian, I think it was my 11 o'clock, which is your 10 o'clock. I said, I can't work. I'm doing my motivational. And that's what I did. The beautiful, what do you call that? The apps that I have to meditate and to de-stress. So I never needed it as much as I did last night. So, all right, Pop, done and over. Today's a new day. It's going to be a great day. Okay. Dating questions. Come on. I have so much to do. Kevin's going to be over any minute, and he's probably sitting outside again that he will not come in. Or he's probably outside on the patio. Hey, Brian, did you see Uncle Kevin here yet? Can you come here and let everyone see your haircut? Everybody knows who you are.
Brendan, show me your haircut.
Brendan, come on. Uncle Brian wants to see your haircut again. Which we made Brendan do this yesterday. So he came home with a haircut, which is underneath his big curls and underneath the sides. So I had him come over to show Brian, because I knew Brian was going to say the same exact thing I said. And Brian said, "Where'd you get your haircut?" I mean, his curls are literally out. His curls are like, look. Wait, who was that thing? Cousin Ed? Do I look like Cousin Ed?
Oh, you?
Right? Yeah.
No, it's not long enough yet.
I'll have to get extensions.
But we need to get you hooked up with headphones because there's feedback. I don't hear it now, but I heard it before.
Well, on my face, I don't know what Brendan's saying, but he's acting crazy. I have earphones, but you have to physically set up earphones with your laptop.
Oh.
I can do it with my phone in 2 seconds. I don't know how to do it with the laptop.
Okay.
So.
Right.
Okay, dating questions. I'm busy. I have so much to do.
How expensive should a first date be? $50, $100, $200?
All right, I'll answer this one first, just because. Now, I realize not everyone is in my program, that we have guidelines. Our guidelines just make things very simple and easy for people. So this answer is a generic answer to people that don't have our guidelines. So I don't think it's important to think of the first date in terms of money, because we're all at different financial stages of our lives or different ages. Like a 21-year-old is different than taking out someone 49. So anyway, the point I'm making is, rather than think of it as a cost, think of it as what is the best first couple of dates. And it is a lunch or brunch on the weekend. Because a real dinner, it's annoying for any woman. No woman wants to sit there and talk with a big mouthful of food. What?
Sorry.
Really? You're yawning in my face as I'm talking?
Sorry.
You know how rude that is?
You know how hard it was for me to stifle it all this whole time? I couldn't do it anymore.
If I spit this out on my brand new, beautiful August calendar, which is color coordinated, different colors, green and red, I would have been livid. Okay, but so my point being is, do a lunch or brunch on the weekend. Do it appropriate towards your age. And you really don't have to worry about money at that point, because a lunch or brunch is always less expensive than a real dinner is. Right. So that's my answer.
Yes,
your answer.
I would agree too, and it doesn't need to even be a monetary number associated with it. It's just something within, maybe 2 hours, especially the first date.
I always say like an hour and a half, but yeah, right.
Right, and then you can take it from there. And
okay, next question.
Well, we talked about somebody's asking about a controlling person. Is there any way to be successful with a controlling person? It's like, I think that's a heavy question.
Okay, you can go first, but I know that answer in 2 seconds.
Well, I think that, when did they show their traits of being a controlling person? Before you got involved, or
they probably hid it in the beginning to get that person. Once they felt that they got that person, that's when they started showing those controlling behavioral traits, because they felt, okay, that person loves me, they'll put up with it. And a lot of people, unfortunately, do put up with it until something gives them a trigger or the strength to break away. But
yes. And
go ahead, you answer it first.
Well, YouTube was full of little tips and things that you can do or say to a controlling person that will either satisfy them, shut them up, or put them in their place. So it depends on how you want to attack it. if you just want to live if you love them and they're controlling, maybe you say, oh, I can put up with that, because, he basically is, or she basically is, a good person. Sometimes people have control. Everyone has controlling behaviors, Go bowling with somebody and no, they don't. Go bowling with somebody and you'll see how controlling behaviors come out and manifest
Bowling?
themselves.
Why?
I don't know. Because I don't know. Because if you want to win and the person you're bowling with is not doing it right and you're trying to control the bowling.
Has anyone ever tried to control your bowling?
Yes. If I wasn't bowling good enough, they would step in and say, oh, you should do it this way. That's controlling the situation. Just rather than let it be, but they don't want to
Why
lose.
don't you just say goodbye?
Because I was in it for I was in the bowling league. They're going to walk away.
Stop trying to make me spit my drinks out.
Bowling is cool. I used to go to the bowling alley on dates, just to the bowling alley, like to the bar, bowling alley.
To meet people?
No. I used to take Brian there. When he would visit me in New York, I would say, you want to walk down to the bowling alley and just go to the ball? Yeah. I went with Denise one time. We had so much fun. They had a pool table there. There's a jukebox. There's a dartboard. It was like a bar within your community. And I just loved it. We got burgers and everything. And we didn't even bowl. We just stayed in the bar. It was fun.
Never been. Okay, anyway. Finish your. What do you do with a controlling person?
Well, if it's not.
Or how do you. What was it? How do you be successful with a controlling person?
Is there any way to be successful with a controlling person? Yes.
Yes. Okay. So there's two things that you can do. Number one, say you're going out with someone or say you meet someone and you know that person is controlling, okay? If you are a controlling person yourself, you should either run for the hills, okay? Or if you have chemistry only with that person, you can't hold back. You have to be just as controlling. When he blows his nose like that, it is so annoying to me.
I'm back.
Okay. So, and you did blow your nose before on camera.
Oh, okay.
Did you realize that?
No, I didn't. Sometimes I forget.
Okay. So anyway, if you're a controlling person, you meet another controlling person, if there's chemistry, you got to go all out and be as controlling as you possibly can if you want that relationship to work. I've seen successful marriages, and I've matched people up when I worked for other companies when they were taking everyone, controlling and controlling. However, it only works if you have so much chemistry because you will drive each other crazy, obviously, but if you have so much chemistry, that'll override. But keep in mind, you will drive away every one of your friends. Your friends will hate you. They're not going to want to hang out with two controlling partners. So it's really not a good thing. But that's how, if you're a controlling person, how you would succeed with another one. Or if you're a controlling person, the only way to be successful in a relationship is the opposite extreme, to find someone who is like a wallflower, who is just so like Kevin, that whatever.
Kevin's on a wallflower.
And you're literally going to be abusing. You will be abusing that person. But if someone has no backbone whatsoever, they can handle, believe it or not, a controlling person because they have no backbone whatsoever. So could that work? It can. It can. Is it ideal? No. So what's the bottom line? What's the fix for this, if you will. Don't be that controlling. If you know you're controlling like Brian and I are to a certain degree.
Everyone is controlling. Everyone is controlling.
So Brian with Brian Squared, he controls his controllingness with Brian Squared, but then Brian Squared goes out to the supermarket. Brian will call me up, controlling.
What are you talking about?
And he does it to me. But then Brian Squared comes home and, I'm so nice and not controlling. So you just have to learn to control it and only show it to people that are controlling too, so that they can handle you. That's my answer. Next.
I would say control your controllingness, because everyone has
the
capacity of being controlling.
Yes, that is exactly what I said. So you have to always be able to control your controllingness.
Right, but I don't control him, and he doesn't control me.
Yes, you're not controlling him, but you are not showing your controlling side to him.
Oh no,
that you show to me.
No, he's seen it. Yeah, he's seen it, and he laughs.
He's not seen it to the degree that I have seen it.
Yes, he has. He knows. He knows how I can get, and then he'll just make me laugh.
Next question. Tons of things to do. Let me text Kevin just as we're doing this. I'm going to say, hurry up as far as our swimming.
All right.
Kevin. Text me when you're done. Should I write done?
Yeah, I'm done. I just turned 50.
I'm done. Come on over and come inside. Yay. ... Can't wait. I'm going to do 34 laps today. Yay.
You couldn't have went 36. You had to round down.
You know why? Because my surgeon said, no, Maureen, 10 laps. That's it. You had surgery the end of January. You're doing it too much, blah, 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 blah. So then naturally that makes me want to do more. So then I went to 20 and he's like, no, way too much. You can't do that. 10, 10, 10. Do it for a month, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm up to 30.
All people become Kevin in the way you imitate them. That's how Kevin is. Up. No.
And this is really cute about Kevin when we swim. Okay, so and yesterday was freezing, by the way. I dislike swimming when it's that cold, but the only good thing is it makes me swim faster.
Yes,
so
it's also good for it's good for your body.
Yes. So I go right in to the long swimming lane, which again, I don't want to share it, just in case that annoying guy happens to be watching, which I'm sure he's not. But so I go in right away and I do it straight. I don't stop, straight. The only time if I stop, it's because water gets into the goggles. So Kevin takes 20 minutes, and I'm not saying I love Kevin, he's the best, but takes him 20 minutes to go step by step into the water instead of just like me going right in, swimming, getting it over. What?
Jumping in, yeah.
Yeah. So it takes him 20 minutes to even get into the middle lane. Now, at that point, I'm on, say, 20 laps. And I think he's doing 16 at this point. So, and he stops. Like he'll do one, he stops, like that. So I'm done with my 30 way before his. So then I do my physical therapy parts, which is yoga in the water, which is much easier. And if anyone's really good at yoga and wants to go in the pool with me and do yoga with me in the pool, let me know. So I wait for him to finish and then I walk, with him as he gets out, and then we're done. But the funny thing is, which I think is, I could be in and out, boom, 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 I don't know, 20 minutes maybe to do the 30 laps. I'm not really sure. But it takes like 4 times the amount of time for Kevin to do his, But it's the point of spending time together. That's the important thing. So.
You tell stories just like I tell stories. Way too many details, way too long, but it's funny. But you're making fun of
fucking asshole, Brian. Oh, sorry. Did you see that?
Yes, you're making fun of me for telling big long stories that have
okay,
no
next
semblance
question.
or order.
But I'm so happy that Brian can't come to the Sunday party for Brendan's year of being sober, blah, 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 blah. What amazing strength that Brendan has, that he can do this recovery. And again, thank you all to all those organizations that I mentioned before. I really want to think of doing something nice for them, like giving them a grant or something from my business, just to give back, because my kids are my life and my business. So I want to do something nice. If anyone has any ideas on what I could do for them, let me know. Okay, next dating question. What? What are you shaking your head for?
I'm not. Did I just turn 50? I'm having an empty nest syndrome. What's the easiest way to meet some? See, this is what I don't understand this question, because it's like.
No, I think I get it.
What's the easiest and least expensive way to meet somebody? Like, why are you putting?
Yeah.
Like, why is it a least expensive? The least expensive way is not going to be the easiest way. Or it's not going to be the way that's going to work.
We know that.
Getting all mad.
Because I know with me, I don't put value on money. I could make money, I could spend money. And that's always what I recommend people, and you'll never worry about money again. Anyway, but this particular person, say in my program, hypothetically, I know not everyone can afford a matchmaking service. I know some people are on internet sites just by default because they have no other avenues. They know it's not the best way. They know it's dangerous, but that's all they can afford. Okay. So someone's going through the empty nest syndrome. It's a real thing. I went through it myself. It is horrible. It's very difficult.
As
very.
Brendan's in the kitchen making a sandwich.
That is because he did something very strong over a year ago and broke up with someone from college for 5 years.
So move on.
But my point is, he's home now. He was living out on his own, working in the city, living together with someone in Queens. Now he is going back for his master's to help people, and part of the master's program at Hunter, this is really cool, is he goes to classes 2 days a week, and 3 days a week he is going to go places to help people. Do you know what I mean? In lieu of credits in this master's program, he's going to places to help people. So he just got accepted into a program of the helping people part of his master's. So I'm really, really proud of him on that. And again, he has taught himself how to DJ through the help of his friends, and he's doing wonderful. So that is why he's temporarily home. But I did, in fact, go through the empty nest syndrome when they both were away at that time. And so for someone that cannot afford a matchmaking service, the best way for you to meet someone is, number one, go on my website. There are so many free dating tips on how to meet someone for free. So definitely do that. So MTNMatchmaking.com. Now, also, if you're going through the empty nest syndrome and you want to meet someone free or least expensive, get yourself out there with your friends. Go do things you enjoy doing. Be the best person that you can possibly be. Put out the positive energy to everybody.
Go to museums, take evening classes, go to adult ed and take, a volleyball class.
Replay the volleyball.
Go to the supermarket and keep your eyes up and be aware as you're squeezing the oranges of the people around you, because a lot of people meet people in the produce department because you can say it's so easy to strike up a conversation saying, oh, these peaches look great, have you had them before? Or how do you this kumquat, have you ever seen anything like that? How do you there's 1,000 ways to strike up a conversation in the produce department.
Okay, however, I'm not a fan of doing that just because he could be an axe murderer. You are better off meeting in, say, a volleyball league. So if you're going to meet someone on your own, do it through like someone that you know. Even if you don't know them, you might know people that know them, just for a safety aspect. But yes, like Maureen was saying, do things that are going to make you yourself happy so that you can meet more people. Okay, next question before Kevin comes walking in the door thinking this is off and he's going to yell at me. This is what he does. Yesterday, I'm on an appointment, and he comes in and starts saying, I have to hurry up because he's got to do something, blah, 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 blah. And I'm on the phone. I'm like, okay, gotta go. $3,000. Nope. Sorry, gotta go. So he could be walking in any minute yelling at me to hurry up. Okay, next question.
I'm just editing them in my head.
Oof.
I guess this question
is, they had to stop the radio thing 3 times on me.
Why?
Maureen, remember, you can't say words like that on the radio. But good thing it's not live. Right. It runs Sunday morning, so right. We did the taping, but 3 times.
Oh, wow, that's so funny.
I love it. It was so much fun today. But go ahead. Next question. And we have to hurry and wrap this up before Kevin.
All right. But this is a question, I guess, directed at me.
Figures.
How is the experience of being gay, married, and in the South? Do I feel blessed to be accepted? Is it difficult to navigate daily life? Do you feel like your experience would be any different? If
in Manhattan?
In another locale. I don't really. I just go about my life. I don't really concentrate too much on this. When we went away to Key West, it was in a place much more
accepting.
Isn't
Key West like gay? I mean,
no.
It's like
but so is a lot of families go too. It's all kinds of things.
I thought it was just like, say, 80% of the people, which again.
No,
brother,
no.
I'm pro-gay, so when I could freely talk like this without.
It just has a lot of gay resorts there, but it's family oriented.
So it's known to be gay. Yeah.
Yes, but there's a lot of families too that go. Husbands, wives, kids, teenagers.
Yeah, because they're gay.
College people.
Or they're bisexual.
There's no.
Or they're swingers.
Oh. you're wrong on every count. I don't really. Is it difficult to navigate daily life? No, it's not difficult whatsoever. And I am very blessed with the family that is here, is all accepting as they are accepting of everyone else. So we're not in a different category. You know, it's a wonderful thing, and I don't even need to differentiate between you know, his straight sister and, you know, being in a same-sex marriage. There is no difference. His
great.
mother treats us exactly the same. And you know, it's I don't worry about it. I don't think about it. But just in a place at Key West, you know, I can grab his hand as we're walking down the street.
You can.
Yes. I mean, I can do it here too,
gay.
because I can do it here, but I don't want to deal with, not that I've ever had any encounters. I just, you know, I don't do it here. But I've never had any problems either. The neighbors here are very accepting on both sides. You know, I told them both. Well, actually, the new neighbor that moved in, I didn't tell them yet, but they only moved in a month or two ago.
Someone bought the hideous house that I was going to buy.
Yeah.
With the frightening church look of the outside of it.
You're way too critical of other people's tastes.
I would have bought the house in 2 seconds, but I would have had to redo the entire front because it looks like a church.
It only looked like a church because it looked like the old St. Bernard's.
Yeah.
But they don't know that.
Okay, next question.
But anyway, yeah, I do not feel like I have to navigate through life. Have you ever considered having children? I guess that's directed at me as well. Have I considered it? Yes. Have I decided not to have it? Yes. No children for us.
I mean, because you're 70, right?
I'm 49 and a half.
Okay. Next question.
When did I know I wanted to get married? I think I've answered this question before. It was when my neighbor at the time, Denise, and I were talking about Brian.
You said this last week.
I said, you know, I just dropped him off at the airport and, you know, blah, blah, miss him.
I love him. You love him.
You love him. I said, no, I don't. She goes, yes, you love him. And it was at that moment that I realized, oh, I don't ever want to let him go. So I did everything in my power to secure that relationship. Okay, last question. What are your opinions on people where do these questions come from? What's your opinion on people over photoshopping their faces?
You can't do that. I remember when photoshopping first came out, I did it like crazy.
Yeah.
And then my kids said, oh, Mom.
Yeah, you can't do it.
You can't.
Because what happens when you see them in real life?
And it's so obvious. It is so obvious. So now, and it's funny because one of my girls who works here, she does it to the umpteenth degree. And I say, look at how obvious that is. So sometimes on Facebook memories from something like, say, 10 years ago, my face is photoshopped, and I'm like, oh, God, the kids were right. Why did I ever do that?
And 10 years ago, you didn't even have to do it.
Burn.
No, that's, you know, you didn't have to do it 10 years ago.
I'm kidding. Oh, I know. One question that Ryan emailed. People asked, someone asked, how to be the most successful when you're looking for love in your 50s. So I could easily answer this because when I was younger and people were 50s, I might not have really known the issues they were having, why they were having them, and why it was so difficult. Now I can definitely and easily show people how much easier it will be to find someone when you're a woman 50 plus and when you're a man 50 plus. These simple little tips will help you so much. Okay, so let's start with the women real fast. If you're 50 plus, don't make the mistake of looking for perfection. That you have those the magic mirror, as I say. And don't make the mistake of thinking like you used to look when you were 35 maybe and married at that time, because you're not anymore. This is a 15, Devin's here. So this is 15 years later now. You are a different person. You don't look the same as you did when you were 35. And like Brian has always said, and he's right, embrace your age and be realistic. And the best advice I can give you, ladies, with that is don't make the mistake like so many ladies make of saying, I'm 50, a man has to be 50 because I look so great. Don't do that. Well, first of all, you should be looking for compatibility, but people only look for chemistry. But find someone older. Find a man that you are compatible with who is older.
Okay.
That guy,
Wrap it up.
Guy who's 60. What?
Wrap it up.
That guy who's 60, who's going out with a 50-year-old, and you're compatible, he is going to treat you like a queen because you're 10 years younger. Now, the women in my program that do that or have done that are all successful. And they're living fabulous lives because they keep in touch with us. They're so happy because they're the belle of the ball to their husbands that are 10 years older. That husband's looking at them thinking, wow, she's amazing. She's so young. She's so beautiful. The mistake that women are making in their 50s is, Maureen, I'm 50. I only want to date someone 50. And then what they don't realize is they're competing against women that are much younger than them. And if they stick to that route, which many of them do, they will be single forever. And then they call us and have called us 10, 15 years later, and they're still single. So ladies, if you're 50 plus, the easiest way to meet someone at your age and to be really happy is to meet a man that's older than you, as long as you're compatible. Wake up. And the second thing is, guys. No, for guys now. I answered it for girls. All right, so no one wants to know how guys in their 50s, what they should do to be successful? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, if you're 50 and above and you want to be successful, don't make the mistake of being unrealistic. So many guys do this, and I want to use a funny joke because the guy's my colleague, so he's not going to mind. I ran into him the other day. I'm getting my free Botox from my neurologist, migraine prevention, FDA approved. Botox didn't kick in yet because it takes a few days, but anyway. So I run into my colleague, love him. He watches this, so I know he's going to watch this, but it's funny because I called him on it. He said to me, because he's been single for a while, this is why, okay? I love you. You know who you are. For 5 minutes, he told me every single ailment that he's had, okay, recently. All these ailments. Oh, like this hurts and that hurts and I can't do this, I can't do that, blah, blah, blah. And then he says to me, I think it's about time that I join your program and meet someone. And I'm like, oh, okay, really? And then he says, but remember, she's got to be young and she's got to be in great shape. I said, hold on. You just told me for 10 minutes, you're falling apart. You used the words, you're falling apart. Why are you asking for a woman that's going to be younger and in great shape? So if you're a man in your 50s, and if that's what you're doing, you will be single forever. Unless you're a billionaire and you get a gold digger. But if you're a regular guy, be realistic. And then you'll have such a better chance of finding love. So, okay. So anything before I give my final goodbye that you want to add, Maureen?
That's it. We've been on for over an hour, so we need to wrap it up.
What the what? Brendan boy, is Uncle Kevin outside? You know Kevin is probably like this. He's actually probably sitting in my dining room right now, and I just can't see him. He's probably sitting there, man.
Wrap it up.
Okay, so
over an hour.
Everybody, thanks for watching me and my brother Brian on our Friday Facebook Live. Have the best weekend ever.
Yes, and remember to please keep writing in your questions, and if you want to see this take a different go a different route, let us know what you want to see.
Like if you want to see more cleavage or kidding.
If you want to hear me talk more about living in Texas and the fun things to do in Texas, great place to retire in.
Yes, I'm going to be a snowbird in Texas.
Okay,
so everyone, have the best Friday ever. Have the best weekend ever. Have the best next week ever until Friday Facebook Live. We love you all. Be safe. Be happy. And if you want any love advice, watch all of the YouTube videos for free advice, and I hope it helps. Okay? Thank you, and bye!